Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here, continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do around the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day. Yesterday, it was a small card in the NBA, just 3 games. We had one play officially over at Pickdawgz Premium. We did drop it, man, with the New York Knicks. It happens, man. Still red hot though, coming out of the All-Star break, 8-1 on official plays over at the site, man. Wasn't totally in love with yesterday's card, but I wanted to give you guys something, and we did drop it with the Knicks. But today is a money-making Sunday. We have 11 games lined up on the card. It's a beautiful card, and I mean beautiful. We have some really marquee games today, man. I'm excited to be able to talk you guys through them. Man, hey, let's continue to stay high. Let's kick the crap out of the books. Let's bounce back on a money-making Sunday. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site, including that NBA play of the day, man. You guys can scoop that play up today. You can hop on something long term. Join me at Pick Dawgz Premium, or you can join the All Access Club. The All Access Club is for, the bigger bettors out there. It's a pretty high ticket to get in the All Access Club, but they've been enjoying some tremendous profits for the season. Information for that is in the description below. We'll talk about it a little more at the end of the video. 11-game card, man. Let's smash it per usual. Let's make some money today. And without further ado, let's hop right into today's NBA action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it. First game up, we got the Milwaukee Bucks out on the road facing the Philadelphia 76ers. Sixers, 5.5-point home dogs here in this one. Milwaukee came out of the break swinging, man. Won outright as a dog in Minnesota. Really good win for them. Statement win. We thought that would happen. We had them money line in that one. Difference here is now they're back to where they've been for most of the season. An overvalued team. And I think at 5.5 on the road is a little overvalued. Are they the better team here in this one tonight? Yes. Should they win this game tonight? Yes. But do I think we can trust them laying 2 buckets on the road? No, I do not. Not on the Philadelphia 76ers. I know the Sixers are still without Joel Embiid, the reigning MVP. But Sixers did come out and get a home win in their last one over the Cleveland Cavs, who are, by the numbers, one of the hottest teams the last 2 months. I think Philly competes in this one, is all I'm saying. I think this game comes down to the wire. First game of the day, early start time, noon start time here for me in Dallas. So I think on ABC, I think this one comes down to the wire. I want the points in my back pocket. Milwaukee has not been a great road ATS team this season. They've been a terrible ATS team for most of the season. Are they the better team in this one tonight? Yes. Should they win the game today? Yes. Do I expect them to do it by margin? No. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to take a shot here with the points in my back pocket with the Philadelphia 76ers. Next game up, man, we got the Lake Show Lakers out on the road facing the Phoenix Suns. Suns, 4.5-point home favorites. I do see this line kind of coming down at the time of recording this video, 2:30. This will be the second game on ABC. I kind of like this early doubleheader on ABC. Should be a lot of fun. The Suns, they came out of the break, lost back-to-back. We're on the road against my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks. Lost the game by double digits, lost by 10. Then they went on the road and got beat up by the Houston Rockets. They didn't get beat up, but they did lose that game 114-110. We faded them in both games. Now they come back home, and they're 4.5-point favorites over the Lake Show Lakers, who have been playing really well. The Lakers lead this season series 3-1. These two teams have played 4 times already. This will be the last and final meeting between these two. Lakers won the first one 195. That was on the 26th of October. The Lakers won the second one in Phoenix 122-119. That was on the 10th of November. Lakers won the third meeting 106-103 on the 5th of December in Los Angeles. And the Suns won the last one not too long ago on the 11th of January in Los Angeles, 127-109. Hey, I don't trust Phoenix as a favorite. I just don't. They're one of the worst ATS teams in basketball, too. They're kind of like Milwaukee. More often than not, they're overvalued. Are they overvalued in this spot? Maybe. What's looming over this game, of course, is day-to-day James and day-to-day Davis. Both are true questionable. Of course, I expect them to play, but, you know, we'll see. I'm on the Lake Show Lakers. Let me stop doing a lot of yapping. I'm on the Lakers in this one. I think they have a legitimate shot to win this outright. Suns haven't really looked right coming out of the break, losing back-to-back games. Granted, they were on the road against teams that Mavs are hot. Rockets needed a bounce-back game. I'm on the Lakers tonight, man. They've shown me they've been the better team over the course of the season. I know the first two meetings they're kind of skewed because the Suns were banged up then. I know the Suns won the last meeting between these two. I'd rather the points in my back pocket or attack the plus money. I believe this is a 50-50 game. Give me the Lake Show Lakers, expecting LeBron and Anthony Davis to play. Want the points in my back pocket or attack the plus money. Next game up, man. We got my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks. They're out on the road facing the Indiana Pacers. Pacers, home dogs, man, getting 1.5. At the time of recording, I do see some ones popping up. It's an interesting game. In all honesty, I can make the argument going either way. You know, the Pacers are my guys, the Halliburtons, and the Mavs, they're my favorite team. Based off what I'm seeing right now, I'm taking the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavs are rolling right now, fellas. Like, it's insane. These boys are playing some of the best basketball I've ever seen them play. It's getting really scary here in Dallas, man. If you haven't been paying attention, I think you should. I think this is actually one of the better games on television today. I cannot wait to sit back and watch this game. I also lean towards an over. I see a lot of points here in this one. Points. But in the end, I think the Mavs go and get this one done, going up against their old coach, Rick Carlisle. They're just in that mode right now. I love the addition of Washington and Gafford. They give the Mavs something they haven't really had in quite some time. You know, PJ Washington, he's really athletic and a pick and popper. Gafford can, roll to the rim, gives the Mavs a second guy that can do that behind Derek Lively. I think they cause some problems for the Pacers. We know the Pacers defensively, they, are liable sometimes to give up a lot of points. Mavs are too, but the Mavs have been playing some pretty good defense recently. Mavs are hot right now, red hot. They were heading into the break, and they've looked good coming out of it until they cool off. Of course, I'm on my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks, man. Love the Halliburtons, but I think it's a tough ask for them today. Next game up, man, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers out on the road facing the Washington Wizards. Wizards, 11.5-point home dogs. Hey, the Wizards might be the worst team in the league right now today. Hey, fading they ass. Short, sweet, simple. I'm on Cleveland in a bounce-back spot. Cleveland, they've dropped back-to-back games. This should be the bounce-back spot for them. We've seen them kick the living crap out of Washington 3 times already this season. 140-101 in Cleveland, a 39-point win. That wasn't even that long ago, on the 3rd of January. Then, 2 days later, they kicked the crap out of them again, 114-90. Granted, those both were in Cleveland. That was on the 5th of January. And then they played earlier this month in Washington. Cleveland came in there and won that game 114-106. They're 12.5-point favorites here. They've lost 3 of their last 4. They need a bounce-back game. No better spot than to beat up on the Washington Wizards, who have been getting beat up by everybody. The Thunder just aired them out 147-106. The Nuggets aired them out 130-110. Yeah, I'm not looking to catch this falling knife with Washington. They seem really disinterested. Cleveland, second best record in the East. I don't think they're getting the credit that they deserve. They're going to kick the crap out of Washington like they've done all season. I'll lay it here with the Cleveland Cavs. Next game up, man. Really interesting game. We got the Orlando Magic laying 1.5 on the Atlanta Hawks. This is the best ATS team in basketball versus the worst. As you see on your screen, the Orlando Magic 37-20 against the number. There's no team better. The Atlanta Hawks 17-39 against the number. There's no team worse. It's really kind of funny. And in all honesty, I'm taking the worst ATS team in basketball at home, home dog. I know. Hawks, ATS at home, I'm asking for it. Especially going up against the Magic, who have put plenty of money in our pockets over the full course of the season. Here's the thing. Orlando on a back end of a back-to-back. I don't necessarily expect them to come in here and win this basketball game. The Hawks need a bounce-back game at home at the crib. They've lost now 3 straight games. They need a win here. Lost to Charlotte, Toronto, and Chicago. I know. Atlanta does lead the season series, though, 2-1, so we know the Hawks can beat the Magic. They beat them the first meeting of the season in Orlando. That game was back in November, though, on the 9th. They beat them again back in January here in Atlanta, 106-104. The Magic won the second one in Orlando, 117-110 in OT. So, what I've seen in all 3 meetings between these 2 teams this season is really competitive games. The one that the Magic won was an overtime game. So, Hawks play well against the Magic. Magic are playing the better basketball right now, no doubt. And they are the much better team against the number. But they had to, win on a buzzer beater, basically, or a game winner, essentially, yesterday over the Pistons on the road. Now traveling from Detroit to Atlanta on a back end of a back-to-back. Hawks need a bounce back at home. I'm going to roll with the ATL Hawks in this one. I know, but I really do believe it's the right play, and the Hawks win that game, so give me the Hawks. Next game up, man, another really tough one. We got our favorite money-making team, the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies. Hey, they're out on the road facing the Houston Rockets. Rockets, 6.5-point home dogs. Hey, we love betting the Thunder. Thunder's second best ATS team in basketball, right behind the Orlando Magic. These boys be putting money in our pockets. They've come out of the break. We've cashed on them twice. They kicked the crap out of the Clippers. Then they blew the doors off of the Washington Wizards. Rockets came out, looked disgusting their first game out on the road, but then came out and got a dub over the Suns at home, were our play of the day that day. The Thunder were our play of the day, their first game. So these are 2 of our money-making teams. Rockets, we say it every time we see them on the road. We just fade they ass. But at home, at the crib, they've been one of our favorite money-making teams, bro. We love Houston in Houston. Houston, we have a problem because this game, I can make a clear and concise argument going both ways. Houston, at home this season against the number, they're 19-9-1. They're basically at home covering at a 68% clip, damn near 70% clip at home this season. Straight up at home, the Houston Rockets, man, they are 20-9. They basically have won 70% of their home games this season. The Thunder Buddies are really good. The Thunder Buddies are one of the best teams in the NBA. I have pounded this table and told you guys that many a times this season. I got to fade the Thunder Buddies today, fellas. I don't enjoy doing it. I usually hate when I have to do so. But I come in here and try to tell you guys how I'm seeing it. And what I'm seeing here is, in all honesty, I think the Rockets have a legitimate shot to win this game outright, bro. They're just night and day. On the road, fade them. At home, ride with them. And it's 6.5 points in my back pocket. Gotta grab them. Now, would I be surprised if the Thunder Buddies won this game by double digits? No, I wouldn't. I would not be surprised at all. Thunder Buddies be hooping on the road, too. They got some great ATS road numbers. I can't get out of here without telling you guys about the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies road numbers. 15-11 against the number out on the road. So 57% is what that is. It's a tough one, fellas. But I'm on the Rockets. I do believe it's the right spot. And the reason I believe that is because I can see them winning this game outright. They're just a different animal at home. Oklahoma City, the second best ATS team in basketball, they're just not going to cover every single game. I know they've come out of the break hot. I could see them falling flat in this one. I could. So I'm not trying to overcomplicate it. I hate when I have to do it. But when it makes sense, I do it. I'm going to take the Houston Rockets home dog plus the points in my back pocket. And in all honesty, I might sprinkle a bit on the money line. I think defensively they're going to cause the Thunder Buddies some problems at home today. We'll see. Next game up, we got your Chicago Bulls out on the road facing the New Orleans Pelicans. Pelicans, 3.5-point home favorites in this one. Interesting game here as well. These two teams have played once already this season. Bulls won that game. It was back in December on the 2nd. That game was in Chicago. Final score 124-118 for the Bulls. Bulls, they've lost back to back. They've lost 3 of 4. Lost to Orlando, lost to Cleveland, lost to Boston. They beat Atlanta. What do we know about Chicago, man? I'm starting to figure them out. I don't think they're that complicated of a team to figure out. Took me half a season, but or 3/4 of a season, but I kind of starting to figure them out. When they play a good team, they're gonna get smashed. Simple. When they play a team that's just flat out better than them, fade their ass. They're not gonna show up. When they play a team that they can compete against, it's a 50-50 game. It's a 50-50 game. You got to try to pick your spots. You know, when they play a team they're head and shoulders better than, they usually win and cover. So, what are the Pelicans? I think the Pelicans are just better than the Bulls. And I think the Pelicans in a revenge spot at home get this one done, especially coming off a loss to the Miami Heat, a game they kind of got embarrassed. And, tempers were flaring in that game, seeing a couple guys get ejected. It just looks like a solid bounce back, get right spot at home for the Pelicans, who before that loss to the Heat were playing really well. I told you guys the Heat, that was a really good spot for them. They were really well rested. Jimmy had been off like 2.5 weeks. Yeah. Revenge game at home. Give me the Pelicans. They're the better team, playing the better basketball. Bulls, when they play a team that they're better than, they usually don't show up, just like they got aired out by Boston in their last one. I think the Pelicans win this one fairly comfortably. Give me New Orleans here in this one. Next game up, we got the defending champs, the Denver Chicken Nuggets, out on the road facing the Golden State Warriors. Another really, 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 really great game today. Can't wait to sit back and watch this one. Nuggets are favored in this game. I understand why the Nuggets are favored in this game. The Nuggets just have the Warriors number. Is the reason why the Nuggets are favored here. These two teams have played 3 times this season. The Nuggets have won all 3. Nuggets won the first one on the 8th of November, 108-105. Nuggets won the second one on Christmas Day, 120-114. And then the Nuggets came into Golden State and beat them on the 4th of January, 130-127. So they won all 3. All 3 have been competitive, though. Denver has come out of the All-Star break and covered both games they played. Blew the doors off of Washington and then blew the doors off of Portland, 2 of the worst teams in the league. Now they're playing a surging Warriors team, a Warriors team playing their best basketball of the season. They were hot heading into the break, have looked good coming out of it. Beat up on the Warriors, won and covered depending on your number you got in that Charlotte game. They're still comfortable at home, at the crib. I'm taking the Golden State Warriors in a triple revenge spot at home, at the crib. I think they're going to flip the switch, have the magnets activated today, and they're going to beat the Denver Chicken Nuggets. I love the Nuggets on the road. We do have our concerns. They're still one of the worst ATS teams in basketball. I know they've come out and kicked the crap out of 2 bad teams, but the Warriors are no longer that. The Warriors have been hooping recently. ATS on the road. The Denver Nuggets are 11-18-1. That's less than 40% against the number out there. Straight up on the road, Denver, we know they go stupid, dummy, crazy at home. So where do their losses come? On the road. Denver on the road this season, 16-14. They're basically a 50-50 team out there on the road. Warriors, I see the motivation here. They've lost all 3. They're playing well right now. I think they get them and avoid getting season swept by these boys. Give me Golden State at home, at the crib, in the Chase Center. Light-skinned man, I think we'll be getting busy. Next game up, man, we got the San Antonio Spurs out on the road facing the Utah Jazz. Jazz, 6.5-point home favorites in this one. Hey, I desperately and so badly want to put the Utah Jazz on the do not bet list for that outright loss at home to the Charlotte Hornets. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you saw I had a parlay the first night the NBA was back. I had put $500 on it just because. And came down to the very last leg, and the last leg was Utah Jazz money line against the Hornets for like 8K. And they lost. Pissed me off. That alone was almost put them on the do not bet list material. The reason I'm going to take them again here today is because I do there's still a soft spot in my heart for these boys because they have made me a ton of money this season in the grand scheme of things. They cost me a lot of money on that parlay, but they have made me a lot of money this season. And where they made me a lot of money this season was at home at the crib, where their ATS numbers are really good. Utah at home in Utah this season, ATS 18-10 against the number. They've covered in 64.3% of their games, and that's even with being pretty bad at home here recently. I think this is the bounce back spot for them, or at least it should be. This should be the bounce back spot for Utah at the crib. Spurs, they've been free falling. They've lost 4 of their last 5. They haven't been into San Antonio in quite some time. I know they had the break in between there, but still, I kind of look at it as an extended road trip. Utah, they've been comfortable at home. It's their 5th straight home game. I know there was a break in between there, but still, so they haven't really left Utah comfortable there. They need a bounce back game, bro, desperately, as they've lost now 4 straight home games. They need to take their frustrations out on a bad San Antonio team. It's basically the narrative I'm trying to paint. Come on, Utah, bro. Can y'all get back to covering point spreads at home like we know you guys do? Give me the Jazz laying the points at home at the crib. If they don't cover in this game today, they're officially on the do not bet list. That's fair. If they do not cover today, they're officially on the do not bet list. But I'm taking them today at home at the crib. Give me the Utah Jazz. Next game up, man. We got the Portland Trail Blazers laying 2.5 on the Charlotte Hornets. I'm taking the Hornets plus money line. Simple. They're playing the much better basketball right now. I was thoroughly surprised to see them as a dog here in this spot. Can they lose the game even still? Yes, there's a path where the Blazers do win the game. But should the Blazers be favored? No, just purely based on what these two teams have been doing recently. Blazers seem disinterested. Blazers seem like the sky is falling. I really don't know what's going on over there. They're banged up. I'm off the Blazers. Charlotte, hey, at least these guys have shown tendencies that they want to hoop, is what I'm saying. They were on a little win streak. They did lose in Golden State. You might have covered with them depending on the number you got with that late goaltending. I know. I didn't officially have that game. Hey, Hornets, I just feel like are playing the better basketball right now. And if they're going to give me plus money fading the Blazers, sign me up. It's basically what I'm rolling with here in this one. So short, sweet, simple. Give me Charlotte plus money in that one. Last game of the day. We got the Sacramento Kings out on the road facing the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers, 6.5-point home favorites in this one. Clippers have not looked good coming out of the break. Got blown out by the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies, 129-107. And then kind of were just going through the motions against the Grizzlies on the road. Did win the game, failed to cover. What they have done, though, is beat up on the Kings twice this season. 131-117 on the 29th of November. And then 119-99 on the 12th of December. These two teams will play tonight and then one more time in April. Hey, what did I tell you guys, and what have I continuously told you guys? I'm just going to blindly fade the Clippers, and I think I'm going to be up and have a pretty penny at the end of the season. I just think they're overvalued. Short, sweet, simple. Excuse me. I can make an argument that the Kings win this basketball game in a double revenge spot. Clippers aren't playing with that same oomph they had, when they were on that winning streak back before the All-Star break. Are they the better team? Probably. Do they win the game? Maybe. Is there an avenue where the Kings win the game? Yes. Would I much rather have the points in my back pocket? Yes. Am I a Clippers hater? Yes. Fading they ass. Give me the Kings here in our last and final game of the night. And that's going to conclude this episode of my NBA Jam Session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Money Making Sunday. We did drop our only play in the NBA yesterday, so low-key a bounce back Sunday, but we've been red hot coming out of the All-Star break. 8-1 officially over at Pickdawgz Premium coming out of the break. Hey, beautiful card today on a Sunday. We're trying to continue to kick the crap out of the books, man. If you're rocking with me, rock with me. Hop on something long-term. Join my Access Club if you're a bigger better out there. And, man, let's continue to make some money this season betting hoops, man. I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls. I really, really do. Money making Sunday. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs. I'm out of here. Peace.